I didn't show putting the circlip and the washers on these the other day because I was missing one, and so I just went and bought a couple new ones, and I was missing one of the washers too, but I just went through my junk box. I'm sure everybody's got one of these. I had 2 of these pails full, and I just got so much junk I took one to the dump. I had a bunch of scrap metal last year. I've just 30 years been collecting this stuff, and I do use stuff out of there once in a while. Like there's a nice stainless steel screw there. Might be able to use that. Huh. There's some nice little clamps on that one too for the fuel lines. A lot of stuff from my motorcycle days and fixing lawnmowers and tractors. So, need a washer on either one of these. And then I found one of the circlips, but the one's sprung. Maybe it's this one here. I'm gonna put 2 new ones on. There we go. And the washers spin around too, so that's all ready to go. It needs a final little cleaning here because I have my dirty hands on it. Okay, done. Got some parts in today. Here's my old stator here. You know, the wire's broken on it, and it's a 2-wire stator, single phase, and the wires are actually broken right where they come out, so it's pretty difficult to fix that. I could probably fix it, you know, make it work, but I wanted to go to a 3-phase stator. Oh, this wire is really brittle, really brittle. I might cut it off. I might cut it off in here somewhere at 3 different lengths, then solder them in and put a new cable on it. This is a 3-phase one. I'm just going to check the the ohms reading on it and make sure they're good. And I got this for 20 bucks on eBay because the wires were broken off. But for that price, if it's good, that's a good deal. I can make it work. And then you got to change the regulator rectifier. So I just bought one complete unit here. It's a cheap Japanese, Chinese one there, or Japanese, whatever it is. $6.95, $6.95. So if you order one of these, you need a 5-wire. 3 wires for the stator, and the positive and the negative, and then you can make that work. This is meant for an ATV, an all-terrain vehicle. It'll work. Like this bike's gonna be custom wired. I got this thing all apart. This guy's weed eater across the street, so I'm trying to fix that. He had sand right through his whole carburetor, like silt, and all gummed up. And I could buy a carb kit for like $7, or I can buy a whole new carburetor for $9. So that's what I did, whole new carburetor. Just put it on there. Okay, let me test that stator out. Okay, just testing the stator. Got 3 windings. So you're checking each winding to each other, and I'm getting 0.34. Just this one. Should be good point. Oh, it's so hard to do. Oh, all right, there we go. It's changing as it's warming up in my garage. That's amazing. I knew it would because I did this a couple of years ago, checking some ignition. Oh yeah, they're checking the Norton ignition coils, and I'm checking it at my old house in the garage in the cold temperature, and it was reading like 1.7, you know, 1.2, and then as I brought them down to my office, it was too cold. I started checking them in there, started going up and up and up to like about 2.7 ohms, and that's what's happening here. It's like that's up to 4 there. It was 3 a little while ago, and 2 and 3, and my garage is finally warming up in here. It's cold out. It's like minus 7 or 8 degrees outside, and my furnace hasn't been on since yesterday, so it's pretty cold. So I checked my old windings, and they're reading about the exact same. 2 ohms, 3 ohms, probably working its way up to 4 ohms now. And I looked on the internet, trying to look in the manual there. It doesn't even say anything about the resistance in them. But on the internet, guys are saying, you know, as high as 0.7 of an ohm to 0.3, 0.4. So I think my phone rang there right in the middle of that. But yeah, it looks good. The windings, they look good from that point. The next step is when I get it on the bike and test it, test the output. I think these 3-phase ones put out about 140 watts of power. Now I'm going LED on everything, even the headlight, tail light, gauges. The ignition is the Boyer ignition system. I don't know if that draws as much power as the points, probably less. And so I'm not going to be drawing nearly the amount of wattage that an original Norton would be drawing. So this smaller regulator, it should work fine. You know, I think that's going to work fine. If it doesn't, I'll buy one off a motor. I used a motorcycle one, like off a 750 Honda or something like that, 5-wire. They're all the same, just a matter how you wire them in. Got these nuts in the mail as well too. These are the carburetor nuts. You can see these ones here, pretty chewed up. So I'm putting all new ones on there for I think they're $4.75 for 4 new ones. That's including shipping. So I'll put those ones on next. Yeah, put those on there. You can see anybody that wants to do a complete renovation or rebuild like I'm doing here, it takes a long time, because you kind of got to work along, like especially with that engine there, and take it apart, see what you need, order those parts, go a little farther, putting it together, and you're always finding stuff that's missing. And for me, I order everything on the internet pretty much. A couple swap meets, but and you know, finding the right part takes time. Now I've already been looking for parts for almost 2 years, the parts that I know we need, and I know there's at least a couple $100 more parts I need. I know I need a primary chain, and what else? Oh, there's a whole bunch of stuff that I need still. I still got to sandblast the coil parts there, and rear brake parts. It's going to take a long time. This isn't going to get done by the end of March, probably April sometime, because this pisses me. I got to get this stuff painted, and my buddy's too busy painting, so I got to really force him in the next couple weeks to get this painted. Got to bribe him, because once I got that painted, I can start assembling stuff together, and it'll really start coming together. Okay, that's it for today.